Hey everyone, welcome back to another Pacific Rim Extinction Battle Report. Today's matchup is Gipsy Avenger taking on Shrikethorn. We will be using the quick start setup cards and the mission today, head to head. The bonus objective for today is Headhunters. We have our terrain placed, some objects on the field that can be used as weapons. We have our data card laid out for Gipsy Avenger with his new upgrade, pinpoint accuracy. Get our markers set and ready. Action cards, turn marker, Shrikethorn's mutations. And let's get this game underway. Shrikethorn takes the first turn. And his action for the turn is going to be Furious Slam. He is going to attempt to get Gipsy Avenger's attention, and the best way to do that, start destroying some buildings. So he's going to take his first turn. Not only will he get Gipsy Avenger's attention, but at the same time, he's going to be scoring some delicious points for his side. And now on to the movement. We're going to be seeing some quick action in this game. So on with the rolling, and let's see what kind of damage that Shrikethorn can do. He'll be rolling 7 attack dice. Needing some hits. And let's see, he'll be scoring a crit and 2 triggers. The triggers come in handy because of his mutation, which gives him an additional success. So that'll be 2 successes on that building. And now let's see if the building can succeed in trying to prevent the damage. The building only has 1 success, so it is enough to destroy it. And that is the Kaiju turn. Now on to Gipsy Avenger. Let's take a look and see what he's going to attempt to do. His action for the turn will be Power Surge. So he will be able to move twice for his activation. And he's going to need to hurry up and get to Shrikethorn before he makes a mess of the city. Gipsy takes his move, and he has to be careful not to come into contact with the terrain there. The little piece counts as populated area, and Jaegers can't go through there. Of course, Kaijus can go in there with not a care in the world, but Jaegers have to be careful not to enter that area. So for his second move, he will get a little closer to Shrikethorn and see if he can either get a shot next turn or maybe even get into hand-to-hand. Let's take a look. So Gipsy Avenger is within range of the debris there, so he picks it up and decides to use that for later use. A good handy weapon to go against the Kaiju. Turn 2 starts off with Shrikethorn missing his opportunity to take the activation. Gipsy Avenger has a chance to steal it away, and he sure does. And his activation for the turn will be Fire Plasma Cannon. So let's see what kind of damage you can do from long range. So the Fire Plasma Cannon allows him to spend 1 charge, and it gives him an additional die roll. Let's see if he takes advantage of that. But first things first, let's go ahead and get his free move and get him a little bit closer to his target. This way. Well, no, don't really think we'll need to shift him in that way because he'll still be in his front arc. Just leave him the way he is. So I think we'll leave him just like that, and he'll have a good line of sight to Shrikethorn that way. And of course he is in range of the shot. So now let's determine how many die rolls he's going to be getting for this shot. So we will move the ammo down, and we are going to charge the shot to get an additional die. And now, let's take a look. We're going to have, looks like a total of 7 dice plus the 1. So it was a total of 7 dice. Miscalculated there, but let's see what the roll is. Looks like he has 2 crits and 2 hits. So we'll be rolling 2 more for the exploded dice. And he gets an additional hit. So it's a total of 5 hits. So not too bad for Gipsy Avenger. And now let's take a look at Shrikethorn's defenses. And let's see if he can't possibly block any of this incoming damage that's about to be dealt to him. Okay, so since the shot is coming from the rear, that means he doesn't get his defenses, so all he gets is his skill. So he will be rolling 3 dice to try and block the 5 damage that are coming towards him. So his only hope is to try and get some crits here. And he receives, looks like, a crit and a hit. And he gets 1 more, so he only blocks 3, so he's gonna take 2. So it's not really much of a modifier, so it's just gonna be 1 straight damage to Shrikethorn. And we'll get that damage card out. Alright, so Gipsy Avenger is now ahead of the game by 1 damage point. 2 more and he can take out Shrikethorn. But now it is going to be the Kaiju's turn. And let's see what kind of redemption that Shrikethorn is going to be pulling. And his attack will be the Firetail Spikes. So he's going to return the favor and do his own shooting range attack. So Shrikethorn now has the opportunity to get into range and possibly get into hand-to-hand for next turn. So not only is he going to get into range to shoot, he's going to attempt to hopefully get into hand-to-hand and start doing some massive damage on Gipsy Avenger. So he's going to go ahead and do his movement. Alright, so I do kind of goof here. When he moves over that object, I pick it up thinking that they can, and they actually have to use a tactic card in order to pick those up. They have to use an actual tactical action, and they just have to be within range of the item to pick it up. So I end up messing up there. I think later on in the video I end up taking them off, him and Gipsy, because they both didn't have that action card. But now we go on to the shooting phase here, and Shrikethorn is just going to try and do his tail attack at Gipsy Avenger. He's going to have 7 dice, and he gets quite a bit of hits. He's been rolling really well, not only in the first game, but in this game. But he gets a trigger, which acts as a success. So that's going to be an additional hit. So he's got quite a bit of hits. Retribution, unfortunately, doesn't trigger off, because that's only when he's defending. So that's not going to come into account since he's the attacker. So right now he's looking at 2, 4, 5, looks like 6. He had an explosion, so it's an additional die. So now he's got a total of 8 hits. 7, actually, I'm sorry. 7 total hits on Gipsy. So now Gypsy's going to have to try and defend some of this, or else he's going to take a good chunk of damage here. So let's see. He gets his defense dice. He's got 7 defense. And let's see if we can't block some of this. And once again, you see Gipsy just not having a very good day. He's only blocking 2. He's got 1 explosion. He does have his accuracy, but again, I think that's only for shooting, so that's not going to come into account. So he's got 1 explosion, or no, actually he only had the 2 defenses. So he's taken 5 damage. So now we're doing the damage correctly. Shrikethorn has the opportunity to sacrifice all the different amount of damage to do just 1 damage plus the effect, or he can do the 2 damage on Gipsy depending on what he wants to do. And sometimes some of these effects can be very devastating, but he does choose that, so it's just 1 damage, and we're going to apply the effect of the damage as well. So he's going to have, so it's only the damage rotator, which means that if he had an object, he just puts it within 1 hex. Again, he shouldn't have the object either way, but I went ahead and just did it, and he throws the object 1 hex away since he took the damage from that 1 hit. So they're even at 1 apiece, and we are going on to turn 3, and let's see what the outcome will be in this game. The round starts off with Shrikethorn rolling for his initiative. Let's see if he takes it. And he does. And his action card will be Furious Slam. For any triggers he rolls, he'll be able to slam the Gipsy Avenger back 1 hex. Oh, it's gonna get dirty. Let's start moving in and getting the action going. Shrikethorn moves in. And let's see, we'll see a repeat of the last game in which Shrikethorn brutally just destroyed Gipsy Avenger in 1 swipe. These rulers can be pretty tricky trying to get these miniatures into range. Let's see, he'll be doing a little twist here, and let's see, we can't get him to go in a straight line. Yeah, that should work. That should work. Let's go ahead and just move this guy up, and let's start doing some damage here. He definitely reaches his target, and we're just gonna bump Gipsy Avenger a little bit to the side here, so that way they can kind of mesh up there, line each other up. All right, let's get some dice rolling and see how bad Shrikethorn mangles Gipsy Avenger. 7 dice coming right up, and the rolls are really good. Really good. Looks like it's a couple of crits here, 3 to be exact, 2 hits so far, 5, 3 explosions, an extra hit, so you're looking at 6 total hits already on Gipsy Avenger. No triggers, retribution doesn't go off, he doesn't spend any rage. He's gonna hold on to that just in case he needs that for later rather than slamming him back. He wants him right close and personal. Now Gipsy Avenger is going to have to try and defend some of this, or else he's going to take a pretty big pounding here. Alright, so it looks like Gipsy Avenger did manage to get a couple of saves, got a couple of explosions, 3 to be exact, and let's see if he can get a couple of more to try and save his life here. The triggers aren't going to help him, and he gets 2 more. Hey, alright, Gipsy Avenger is hanging in there. So we got 2 more. That'll be a total of 5 defense, going up against 6 hits. Looks like I missed out on the explosion there, but he did roll a blank, so that's unfortunate. But looks like it'll be 1 damage going through. Yeah, total of 6 against 5, so another damage to Gipsy. Luckily it wasn't more, it could have been worse. So he'll just take the 1 damage. So now Shrikethorn is only 1 damage away from winning this game once again. But let's go to Gipsy and let's see what Gipsy Avenger can do, and see if he can't hit a home run here. Chain sword for the attack. So he's gonna get his 7 dice. And let's see if he can hit a home run here. He's gonna have the 2 because of the drift, plus his action dice. He could spend some energy. Unfortunately, he is completely out to get an additional die, but he is completely out. Let's see. Oh man, what a terrible roll for poor Gipsy Avenger, but he does get 2 triggers and he gets 2 explosions, and let's see if these will help him. He gets 2 more. He's got a total of 4 total hits. The triggers are only going to help if he's shooting, unfortunately. Shrikethorn's going to have his mean 7 defense dice, so he's not easy to take down. And he does have retribution. Now this will definitely come in handy. If he rolls 2 triggers, he's going to be able to strike back at Gipsy in retaliation. So Gypsy's got to hope for no triggers here on this roll. Here we go. 2 blanks, and oh, it's unfortunate. Looks like 2 triggers and 2 blocks. So that means that his retribution is going to go off after this hit has been resolved, which he does take damage because he did only block 2. But now it's Shrikethorn's turn to take a strike back with his 7 attack die because of retribution. So this could be the end of Gipsy. Let's see if Shrikethorn can finish this game off right here, right now. He's going to have his 7 attack dice, and a whole new combat is coming up. And oh man, as usual, Shrikethorn just brutally he is rolling all kinds. He's on fire right now. He got a trigger, which counts as a success, and he's got a one crit, so it's gonna be an explosion. Another hit goes through, so he's got 7 total successes. Gipsy, man, he's let's see. He's got 7 dice defense. Let's see if he can block something. 1 more hit, that's all he's got, and it doesn't look good. He's got 2 successes. The triggers don't help him. 1 explosion. This has to be an explosion, and unfortunately not. He is down for the count. 3 successes for Gipsy means he takes his last damage. And that is the game. Shrikethorn has successfully defeated Gipsy Avenger once again. That means it is a kaiju victory. Shrikethorn is victorious. We hope you enjoyed this game of Pacific Rim Extinction, and remind you to always paint your walls crimson.